Alright, gonna do a part 2 on Kenworth Trucks. I am getting I don't know when this will post, maybe not for months, but man, I'm getting tired. I've been holding this phone up here for almost 2 hours now. Steady, freehand. J.C. Olson truck, Midway, BC. Sold at Ritchie Brothers auction, late June, 1996. It's only useless information if you don't use it, so there, I just put it out there. It's more useless that it bounces around in my head, along with 48 million other things of recollection. Davy Lake Logging, Ritchie Brothers, 1982, Kamloops, BC sale. So yeah, he's Rain Man. He knows all that stuff. Al Martin's truck that towed our burnt link belt 2800 in 1997. He had a winch on it, like a big Braden winch. We burned her to the ground and he hauled it off to the dealer. I never saw it again after that. Insurance. There's a truck I was referencing to in part 1 of this video here, but I'm not going to backtrack now and look for it. It was CNL Logging. It's a truck. Dan's, I know him. I sold him my yarder many years ago. That's some long wood. It's a Jeep with a triaxle, so a tandem truck. This thing that pin slides or slides up is called a Jeep. I don't know why, it's the goofiest name, and that's a triaxle because the front wheel is in the front. If they're all together, it would be a tridem. If it was reversed the other way, it would be a dog logger. Davy Lake Logging. Man, those look like stuff you would have seen up in Alaska. Or Weyerhaeuser company trucks. I don't know, like Baker Camp or somewhere in the early 80s or 70s. That log loader loading engineer was having a day, so little bit not how I would maybe put a load on, but clearly he made it there, or the owner operator had enough at that point, said screw this and put her in the sale. They say it's a race to see if my equipment or me will be the first to completely break down. That's a lot of rig. Oh, the memo at the heavy haul guys. That's nothing for them. That's something for us. Yes, that's a real picture. Same truck again. Skoglund Logging. Is that up in Kitimat or Terrace? Way up north BC. There's a great video on him with the CBC in 1974 doing an interview, Ray Skoglund. Really good video. Shows them logging and pushing stuff off a high dump and putting it down the Nass River. Again, I remember too much stuff. So. It's funny, nothing in school stuck though. Nothing. Except shop class, how to weld. And Mr. McDonald teaching us how to hacksaw by hand before we were allowed to use power tools. So I always want to use a hacksaw blade with the 18 or 24, a certain amount of teeth per inch, and you always want to have at least 3 teeth in contact with the material. With the material you're using, down pressure on the forward stroke only. Don't drag heavy back. You pull the tips off the blades, dull them. So I remember shop class, but I think science class and all those ones though were like teacher up there and it's just blah, 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 just noise and mutterings and staring out the window at the guy fixing the sand field with the Kubota tractor loader. That was always interesting during science. But there's a saying, it says, we're all ignorant, only on different subjects. So my take on that is, do you want your doctor fixing the roof of your house? Do you want your accountant fixing your transmission in your car? Do you want your landscaper doing your taxes? So that proves it. We're all an artist or a master. Most of us, most people are an artist or a master at something. It's transwood timber. Just the stuff I know about there's not a really high demand for it. Although I am 50 years old now, I don't know when this video will post. This is September, early September 2022 filming date. And I am almost officially retired. I'm just trying to get rid of the last few assets, pieces of equipment. So being a C student treated me just fine. And there's a saying, I know my audience here, so I won't offend anyone, but the A students all work for the C students. Are we looking at trucks? I guess we are. So now I'm the teacher. So yeah, the A students are kind of known for doing exactly what they're supposed to, doing their homework, their assignments, doing everything on time, not taking huge risks, and coloring within the lines. But the C student is like, no, that's BS. I'm not doing that. I see a different way or a better way, or I'm going to do it my own way. So they're more the free thinkers, the risk takers. So I'm the C student. I've taken lots of risk, millions of dollars of risks, and bought stuff I didn't know if I'd even have work for or a market for, and it worked. But the A students make good employees. So it's funny, if I need a doctor or a lawyer or a tax attorney or somebody that's hundreds of dollars an hour, I just go make a phone call and demand their services, and they supply them to me, the C student. So I don't need to know all that stuff. Well, technically, those smart people all work for me and you. I've been doing these videos too many hours here this Sunday morning, so next thing I'll start motivational speeches. There's Foreman Transport out of Boston Bar. That was a neat truck. That used to be a guy's truck called Vern. Doesn't matter what his last name is, but it's a local guy. And he sold it to Foreman's, I believe. That's a Valoo truck, a Squamish with one of those Diego trailers I've talked about before. It was an add-on, a custom build, late 80s. It would allow you to haul another 12 or 13,000 pounds legally. That's a neat one. There's Valoo truck, Squamish. That's the big mountain in the back, the Chieftain, where people climb up. I don't know why, but that's what they do. I can see it fine from the highway. That looks like Squamish. Oh, it is. That's a Burritt and Son truck in behind there. I don't know what year that would have been. There's a scene. Mars Industries, long gone. Coastal Logging Company. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Wrong but not in doubt. That either says Powell Daniels Contracting, which I cannot read, or Mars Industries. It's one of the two. That says Rayner and Brock on it. Vancouver Island. And it says it on that door too. Yeah, wood her up. It's a good load. Almost done. I'll put it in high gear. Put it in high gear, but I'll slip the clutch here, so. That is classic. Scraper, what is that, little 631? Or looks bigger than a 627. I don't know nothing about scrapers because there's none around here. Line loader in the background there, and grapple yarder. And a Cypress boom. Because the white writing would say Cypress. That's how they did theirs. Macmillan Blodell. Started by Harvey Reginald Macmillan. Pretty cool guy. I've read his history. One here. And I think that was it. Oh, that looks familiar. That looks like an old Stan Jones trucking one that Don used to drive. If it had a Caterpillar in it, it might be. Alright, well, I've been doing this for hours this morning, stacks of these things, so I am going to stop here. Alright, thanks for hanging out.